Friday, November 8th. Still bright and sunny here in California. Loving it. A little chilly. Had to turn on the heater today. Had a lesson early this morning with Matt F., one of our fly on the wall stars. The guy is just so much fun. I'm sure a lot of people have seen the video we put up just a couple days ago. That was part of this week's stuff of us messing with Brown Eyed Girl and figuring out how to transpose it, and I certainly really appreciate the comments of people, you know, putting them some on the lesson and some just on the site. As I'm sure you have surmised, every lesson with Matt is a blast for me. A person, you know, he's just and he's willing to, you know, let everybody else kind of eavesdrop on him. As of course, so is my little set of willing students, Sandy and Kevin and Ed and a few others, and Fred, of course, who, anyway, okay, enough about the fly on the wall stuff, but had a really fun lesson today with Matt we were working on. Anyhow, headed into Nirvana, but always fun. Let's see, what I want to get through today is mention a whole bunch of stuff of things that were going on. I want to talk a little bit about the development of these types of things. Starting to take shape. It's getting there. Like he says, as he plays a chord that, wait, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. So the deal with those, I'll get back to these later. I got a few other things I want to tell you about. We'll get to Pat Metheny a little bit later. I hope, if I remember. Let's see, the first thing I want to bring up is we're past Halloween. We were kind of into, my wife and I, Nani, many of you know Nani now. We're looking at catalogs. Every day, it's another, man, 20 catalogs in the mail. Well, we got one yesterday called something, oh man, I'm not going to be able to remember it. Gifts You Never Knew Existed, something like that. And I'm pretty sure we're doing one-stop shopping from this. It was too cool. So, but most of the catalogs kind of become recycling like right away. So, can only look at so many country gift stores and stuff like that. Oh, but why I bring that up, you might ask, is for those hard to get friends. Don't forget, we have a cool thing here at Totally Guitars. You can buy them a gift card for 6 months or 12 months, and the bonus of you get physical copies. No. You get digital copies. I'm out of physical copies of many of these albums, thankfully. Get a whole 6-pack of my albums that include things like you can hear the original version of Rosa May. I certainly appreciate who did it? Dermot, of course, our resident archivist. Architecturist. Found these old Espresso Garden shows from early 2000, no, maybe 2006, something like that. Oh, I can't remember now. It doesn't matter. It probably says in there of a little camera placed at my feet during one show there, and I think everybody got the Rosa May story. I know it was a little hard to find. We had one of the links was bad. I think it's all fixed up now, but appreciate people tracking that down and appreciate the interest in it. I will probably get to a lesson on it, or at least if anybody's interested, you know what, I'll at least just like post the music someplace that anybody who is watching this could put a comment in here. Somewhere I'll make the music to Rosa May available to anybody that wants it. How about that? That will be my November present to all TG Weekly update viewers. If you know about it, you'll know where it is. I'll put the link somewhere in. I gotta figure it out. Anyway, everybody can have music to Rosa May today. Matt's rubbing off on me, who made some great offers at the IGC. Let's see. Where was I going? I have a bunch of things to get to, and I didn't get to any of them yet. Okay, I got to run down what we did, what came out this week. Then I want to talk a little bit more about Pat Metheny stuff and why and what I'm trying to do with those songs. So don't forget, gift card if you know anybody that would like to play the guitar and join TG for a while. We had some new stuff, some really interesting, diverse stuff. I mean, we got in another lesson from Doug. Actually, got a lot of stuff from Doug this week. We got his acoustic snapshot of Reverie. And speaking of snapshots, we had another one from Victor, The Fog, and another one from Dave, just doing a little improv slide, which steers me back to Pat Metheny, because that's the parts I'm working on in those songs. Is I've kind of got the sketches down where the melodies are coming out. This story is going to take up the whole news. So I'll give it to you in pieces. I've just given you enough of it. The parts that need work are the improv. It's going to go like this. That's going to be kind of cool. I got to work on that. Anyway, that's what I'm working on with those, is the playing through the chords and making up some different melodies, and every time they'll come out different. Okay, but wait, where was I? I was kind of, Doug and the other acoustic snapshots. And then I think I mentioned the slide improv one from Dave, and we had the 2 Pat Metheny ones, and then, and that's it. We had 5 snapshots this week. That's kind of, there's still more. And of course, Rosa May was originally done as a snapshot, I think. But glad we found that. Let's see. What is that weird little chord progression that oh, that's in this. Not quite. That's it. Let me try one more time. I'm going to do a B flat. Then the other section. Anyway, that was the chord I was just thinking of. It's E minor. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I've been having so much fun playing lately that I keep getting sidetracked into old weird tunes. Man, I even played this the other day. Wait. Got it. More of that next week. Oh, maybe more of it now. I guess I gotta go practice that part. Okay, let me tell you what came out for our target members this week. I keep getting, well, you know the drill. Thanks for hanging with me and bearing with me is probably a better chance. Okay, we talked about Doug. We didn't talk really about Doug's fretboard geometry thing. This is really cool. It's just some observations on helping get a grip on the neck. And one of the biggest ones that a lot of people, I just had a lesson last week with somebody who was, completely mystified up here, not realizing that the 12th fret is that the notes on the guitar are a circle, not an infinite line that go off to, to Europe from here. It just goes around like a clock. I always refer to things on a clock because there are 12 slots on a clock. The circle of fifths has 12 slots. The guitar neck has 12 slots. And that is, if you're familiar with the 12th fret and know that it is the end of the line or the beginning of the next line and can think all the way around the circle, both ways around the circle, you're in good shape. Anyway, Doug's fretboard geometry lesson. Really, really cool. Target exclusive, not available anywhere else or as part of individual. So Target members, I hope you're enjoying Doug's lessons. I think we have some more in the queue. Okay, I talked about Matt's fly on the wall lesson with transposing, and really again appreciated the comments of people coming in that said, hey, this really helped me out a lot and it meant a lot, and I even told Matt about that today because he was just here, like I mentioned earlier, and it was fun. Let's see, 2 other cool songs. Try to make a habit at least once every 2 weeks. Can't play classical stuff and talk at the same time. Well, anyway, Wilson's Wilde, a nice little easy piece to play in the key of A. So those of you who are working on reading music, don't be afraid of tackling that one. It's not too bad. And then, Vanessa brought us Sarah Jarosz, Edge of a Dream. Another cool lesson. The Creedence thing. I think I fessed up to this on the forum. I really did think that our original one of those was a free lesson. I'll have to talk to Matt about maybe we should just make that one a free lesson since this one's a little bit more in depth. And then the one I was really looking forward to the most this week that I think hardly anybody looked at. Love, Arthur Lee and Brian McLean. I hope you guys listen to that song and are interested in trying it. It's a very intricate little picking thing that goes on and some really tricky stuff going on. And hope you followed Steve's listening post talk about their classic album Forever Changes. I know we're digging stuff out of, we're digging through the crates. That's what we do in the listening post. But that is these guys are really fun to listen to. Matter of fact, some other bands another band from the same time that I've been exploring is Gypsy. So if you guys have anybody, Gypsy is a little bit like Blood, Sweat and Tears almost, and Chicago from them. They had horns and so be sure to check them out. 2 great albums. The first one just called Gypsy, next one called In the Garden. So if you want to hear some semi-obscure stuff, but not if you listen to the radio station 3WK. That's the internet radio station. One of my favorite places. Okay, let's see. I've talked about all that stuff. Talked about all that. Talked about Rosa. Talked about the listening post. Talked about the gift card. I think I'm almost done. I'm going to get back to Pat Metheny in just a second. I want to thank Jay Wagner for putting up a post on his first post ever. Just kind of thanking us and Totally Guitars and everything for stuff. This was really cool. It was just sort of an unsolicited testimonial, I guess. But it's always neat to know that we are making a difference in people's musical lives and stuff. And certainly appreciate the comment, Jay. So let's see. Last thing. Speaking of Last Train and stuff like that. In these songs, what the goal is to play the goal. Oh man, I hate that double verb thing. Oh well. What the goal is to play. The goal is to try to accurately capture the feel of the song. And this little strumming thing gets a good feel for what's going on at the beginning of Last Train Home. Man, once I put this in the key of A and realized all these chords are totally playable, as long as you can keep the rhythm going and keep the train rolling down the tracks. Wait, can't remember it now. There it is. Once I kind of got through that, and when I say it's still kind of under, you know, it's a rough draft, it's really because, like right there, I can't always remember where I'm going. I've got it. It's still in bits and pieces, but all of those pieces, like my recording a long time ago of this, start off with the melody. Eventually they have to go off and do other things. And that's kind of the whole premise of playing jazz, sort of. Well, there's way more to it than that. But it really means kind of improvising around with stuff. So that's what I'm working on now. As I play a little bit of James, it's going to start with something like that, and then later on, maybe something like that. Eventually going to end with, I already played all the thing, and then in Last Train Home, anyway, you just never know how it's going to go. So I've got some things to still work out like that. And, okay, I think I got to get out of here. Don't forget, think about gift cards. Wait, what song? There it is. Song I always used to think of with That Will Happen No More. Okay, gotta run. See you next week.